Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between FXO's LoWeLy and Empire BratOK. This is a Terran versus Zerg matchup. We are here on the map Ohana. Let's start this game off as always with some player information, starting down over here in the lower right hand spawn position with our red Terran player, Empire's BratOK. BratOK took first place at the regular cup number 21 on September 8th of this year, and then about a week later on September the 15th took second place at the regular cup number 22. His opponent over here in the upper left hand spawn position is our yellow Zerg player FXO LoWeLy. LoWeLy took first place at the 2012 StarCraft 2 World Championship Series Combined European Nationals on June 24th, and then on September 16th he took fourth place at the 2012 StarCraft 2 World Championship Series Europe Finals. Alright guys, that's some player information to kick things off. Let's get right into the match. Starting out, Empire's BratOK will be coming out with a frontal wall off here. You can see beginning with that supply depot at this front ramp leading into his natural expansion, then following that up with a barracks and likely another supply depot to get placed right over here. I'd be interested to see if he decides to go with that 13 refinery or if he's going to be holding off on that and then possibly be going for a 1 racks into expand build. So far, no refinery to be seen. Now, if we see nothing again after this next SCV, then it is likely that he will be going, again, 1 racks into an expansion and relying on Marines early on as a bit of defense, and it does appear like that will in fact be the case. BratOK continuing to queue up SCVs here, so we'll be seeing a quick expand from him. Back over here for LoWeLy, he has got his hatchery now building, following that up with a spawning pool in just a moment. He works his way here up to 200 minerals. He'll be placing that down. Is it going to be this guy right here? Yeah, it is. There we go. Spawning pool. Interesting positioning. A little bit in the way of this this Vespene geyser, which is going to mean, I believe, unless he's got it down perfectly, I think that the drones are going to be slightly hindered when it comes to mining Vespene out of this geyser here. We'll have to see once he gets it up and running later on. Again, I'm a little bit intrigued. I'm assuming, though, I mean, he's a professional player. I'm assuming that he's got it right on the nose and he knows what he's doing, so... SCV Scout now moving out here for BratOK. Will be spotting that expansion, then is likely to check that third position shortly after, just in case. And I do want to see here LoWeLy. He does have his one Overlord over here, which was engaged with that Marine. I don't believe that a drone, no scout has moved in for LoWeLy into the natural expansion. So I don't know if he knows about this yet. He hasn't scouted this yet. That Marine denied that scouting, so he is still not quite sure exactly what BratOK is doing. Now, once again, it was that 1 racks into expand. We can see that command center about halfway finished, following that up with 2 refineries here up in the main, and then another barracks coming out. Now, after these get up and running, we'll be seeing a factory out pretty quickly here for BratOK. Back over here for LoWeLy, does have 2 queens coming through. Look at that. Their path is slightly altered. That's why I'm intrigued by that positioning, because it's going to slightly delay his Vespene gathering as opposed to them going in a straight line. That little bit of extra movement around this spawning pool sets him back a bit. He must have a good reason for that. It is possible that, you know, this would help obstruct a little bit of movement. For example, if we saw Hellions moving into the main, but still a little bit baffled by that. Maybe one of you guys can leave me and let me know in the comment section below exactly why he may have done that, because I'm a bit of at a loss here. All right, so we do have that first barracks now up and finished. Also has a tech lab attached to that, coming out with some stim pack research, and then we're seeing this reactor here. So making use of that Vespene to actually get some early upgrades here, as opposed to following up with that factory, as I assumed was going to happen. Again, it is a follow-up of upgrades as opposed to teching up a little bit higher. Droning is occurring over here for LoWeLy. Is also coming out with another extractor here at the main base. Besides that, you know, just trying to work on his saturation. And we will be seeing a spine crawler as some frontal defense here. Now, no Hellions in the works yet, although he does have that factory now building. And this reactor might be going for double Marines. There it is. At least now he will be going double Marines. I'll be interested to see if he decides to transition into Hellions, or maybe he'll be going Marine tank here with this early stim pack. He could just be following that up with some siege tanks. Metabolic boost now getting researched here for LoWeLy. That is, of course, the speed for those Zerglings. Also, the layer now finished. And with that in play, let's see what he decides to do. If he's going to go for some, there it is, infestation pit. So we'll be seeing infestors here. Now, LoWeLy still just on the 2 bases. We should be seeing a third from him soon. Unless he just wants to stick on 2 and go mass Spieling Infestor, which is a possibility, although a bit dangerous, and you really have to do some damage if you're going to try to pull something like that off. But he continues just to drone up very, very hard. You can see 9 more drones in production. He is also coming out with 2 evolution chambers, which are being placed right out front here to form a bit of a wall off. Queen going to try to help finish that off, and then of course we'll be seeing those upgrades coming through here out of these evolution chambers, at least I hope so. Burrow research coming through, really good for those infestors because they can move while burrowed, and just not a lot going on. You know, both players at the moment really just focused on the macro game. Got a scouting overload over here and 1 tucked away over here, although that is being spotted by the Marine. So unless we see an overseer, going to be a little bit hard. Oh, here we go, sacrificial overlord now moving in for LoWeLy. And we do have those Hellions coming through out of that factory, and then a medevac. So Marine Hellion medevac opening here from BratOK. Stimpack research is now complete. Also coming out with that combat shield as a follow-up, as well as the level 1 weapon upgrade. Hellion's now moving out to take some map control. He'll be going straight for these Xel'Naga towers. Although there aren't even any Zerglings there. In fact, does he even have any? Yeah, he's got very few, only 6 Zerglings in play. Again, very macro-focused game here for pretty much both players. We haven't seen any action yet, although we are seeing a little bit of mobilization now for BratOK, so he is getting ready to push out and see if he can do some damage. Now, we did have that Sacrificial Overlord scout move into the main. You can see how far he got. He was able to scout the 111 here, the barracks factory, as well as that starport. And we are seeing a Tech Lab attachment now, and the starport moving to the reactor, allowing for the double medevac production. And then this might be that follow-up of tanks, unless he decides to go for Blue Flame Hellions. We'll see, but here comes the push right now. Hellions and the medevac, as well as these Marines. They're going to force the cancel here of this third, but no, never mind. Here come the Infestors. There's a fungal growth, allowing the Spielings to catch up. More Spielings in production. There's the cancel, if not the destruction of that expansion. Now all the Hellions are gone, but we still do have these Marines over here. So we'll see if BratOK decides to keep this up, maybe try to drop in the main or something fancy like that. Although it does appear like he is deciding to retreat right now. That is a significant amount of damage though. Forcing the cancel of that expansion is really going to set LoWeLy behind here. You can see we've got a third base just about finished here for BratOK, which he will be attempting to move over there. Nice creep spread here, though, from that Overlord. LoWeLy is going to delay that placement of the expansion quite significantly. A group of the Marines getting lifted up in that medevac, and the remaining actually moving towards the Xel'Naga tower to see if anything's going on. We do have those burrowed infestors now coming into play. Let's see if he can do anything with this. Uh-oh, here comes the missile turret. Oh, this is going to be painful to watch. This is going to be painful for LoWeLy. Oh, loses the burrowed infestor without doing anything. Could have placed some infested Terrans down or something, but unfortunately, again, didn't end up doing a thing. And now we are seeing BratOK make that transition into tanks, Marine tank composition. Also now just about finished his orbital command. Will be preparing to place down this third. He will have to deal with that creep spread from that Overlord first by killing the Overlord and then just waiting for that creep to recede. But again, at the moment, still does not know that that is even occurring. No drops yet. This medevac is likely to be used in the not too distant future to do a follow-up drop and probably hit that expansion. Also potentially check over here, which take a look at that. We do have a silhouette of the hatchery as LoWeLy is about to place one down. So this is really going to come into effect, although he's about to be spotted by the Overlord. That is too bad. LoWeLy spots it. So now he knows, okay, there's a medevac coming in that direction. Let me make sure I can deal with that. He does also have a patrolling Zergling chilling out over here. So first he's going to get rid of those rocks, and hopefully he moves over with these Zerglings because that drop is about to commence. I just pray that he was looking at his minimap and paying enough attention to see that that was coming. Because that is, possible. He may have not seen that. Now here comes the drop right now, moving on in. Just 3 Marines get placed down. There's the rest of them. But here come the Zerglings, force the liftoff, and goes back. He did end up killing a few workers. BratOK killing off 2 workers so far this game. It's still been a very relatively passive game. We're seeing a little bit of attempts at poking and prodding here by BratOK, and we saw the attempt of moving out with the Infestor there for LoWeLy, but he ended up doing nothing with that, and this Infestor chilling out right here at the moment. Although I'm concerned for him that once this missile turret is up, he is going to be detected. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, there it is. Does he see it? Does he see it? Oh, just barely out of the range of that turret. LoWeLy gets lucky there. That turret so very close, literally just a smidgen closer, and he would have been in range within that detection, but there you go. Ends up not being detected, and so he's going to be able to sit there and continue to scout things out with that burrowed infestor. We've Get some more units moving over here. We still have this medevac filled with Marines, which is going to be a potential threat. A couple of Banelings prepared for a drop over there, and hopefully we see some defense over here for LoWeLy, maybe a spine crawler or something. A couple of Zerglings fanning out, scouting these potential hidden expansions on the far reaches of the map. That third base up and running here for BratOK. Sticking with that Marine tank composition. Let's take a look at upgrades. He is now 1-1 with 2-2 coming through. Also coming out with that mech level 1. There's the scan. Spots the infester, takes care of that, and then gets ready to do some dirty work here as he moves out with this heavy force of Marines and tanks. A few Marines actually peeling off to look for stray forces. They're going to catch these Zerglings over here for a few free kills. Defense here by LoWeLy. Well, he's got those infestors plus the speedlings. Get some heavy macro coming out. He does have his hive out now. He's coming out with the adrenal glands as well as an ultra cavern. Now we're going to see this nice spread here from BratOK trying to defend himself against the upcoming push here of Speedlings and Banelings. They're going to try to move in and get us around at the same time. A few forces moving up to this expansion, going to try to do some damage. Good Corruptor's coming through now. I don't think he has a greater Spire though. No, he's just got a regular Spire right now, so the Corruptor is just used for the anti-air. Take out those medevacs. At least for now, we may eventually see that transition into Broodlords, but those adrenal glands getting close to finish, that really makes those Zerglings so much stronger. Fungal growth on the group of Marines and the medevac, allowing the Corruptors, Banelings, and Speedlings to take out that entire force. Medevac is a goner. BratOK continues to reinforce, and he's going to make this slow push here with his tanks, creeping closer and closer towards this base. And we've got another base actually now being constructed for LoWeLy, but first he's got to contend with this. Really scary push. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time pushing in on that. That's such a beautiful position there for those tanks. No problem shelling out on that hatchery. Takes that out, and goodbye. It's going to set him behind a bit. I want to take a quick look at the income tab. LoWeLy is slightly ahead at the moment, but we should be seeing another base. There it is, BratOK constructing another base. Zergling counterattack now moving out, looking up here. However, there was no expansion there. Oh, he already knew there wasn't an expansion up there in the moment, so it looks like he just wanted to bring some extra forces. A couple tanks setting up. I love this frontal wall here for BratOK. Glorious. There are the Ultralists, a few more in production. Also the plating coming out for that extra armor for the Ultras. That's a pretty scary force there. It's really going to depend on when he catches those tanks. Now we've got those sieged up tanks, which are obviously dangerous to push on, although they don't have any reinforcements right now, as BratOK is back here with his Marines. Those Ultras going straight up on it. And now here come the Banelings and Infestors for support. The Ultras getting a lot of damage from those tanks, but he worked through pretty much that entire tank line. Oh, never mind. We got some back here. Fungal growth on the Marines doing massive damage. We got enough energy for at least one more fungal. There it is. Some Marines get taken out. Burrowed infestors will get scanned and dealt with. Pretty cool engagement there. Let's take a look at the total resources lost between both players. They're actually about even. Take a look at worker kills. BratOK's managed to kill off a few more workers. That must have been in this push right over here. Reinforcement now as LoWeLy comes out with more Speedlings and Ultras. A lot more Speedlings. Also a few more Infestors coming through. Doesn't have any in play at the moment, but he will be sitting with 4 once those do hatch. BratOK preparing to take his 4th base. We've got the reconstruction of this base over here, plus that one that we saw constructing that is now finished and getting saturated. Here comes some Vikings. Going to be used to pick off some stray overlords. Although LoWeLy hasn't hit supply cap yet. Once he gets close to that, oh, little engagement over here. He got a few tanks out of that. It's going to hurt a bit. Also now trying to come out with this expansion. Vikings still doing work with very few anti-air units. Here comes the fungal growth. And with those queens taking them out, that's going to take care of that. No other drops or anything going on, although we do have BratOK pushing towards this base now. He had scouted that out as he moved overhead with his Vikings. So here comes a big push. Ultras moving forward. The tanks have sieged up. Here come the Speedlings from the backside as well. Ultras in from one angle. Speedlings taking out the tanks. But I don't know that he has enough as this Thor. We got some reinforcements coming. LoWeLy, though, with the switch now to some Marauders from BratOK, able to much more easily deal with these Ultras with those. Look at how much damage those Marauders do to that Ultra. This expansion is a goner. Nice splitting up of his forces. BratOK doing a great job of trying to starve LoWeLy. If you hurt the player's economy, that's really what can be a deciding factor in the game. No question about that. We're going to take another look at the income tab. You can see BratOK has a significant advantage right now. This expansion still hasn't gotten saturated. That did just finish. Also has a bunch of spines as some static defense over there. But if BratOK can maintain this economic advantage, that's really going to push him ahead in this game as he continues to churn out Marine Marauders, as well as Siege Tanks and Medivacs. Does he just have that one Thor for good measure? Yes, he does. 8 kills for that. Really good at, you know, helping to take out buildings, as we saw over here. Are these Marines going to stick behind to get rid of the last 2 extractors sitting over there? And here we go now, moving forward to try to defend. This is a very big moment here. LoWeLy has to defend against this. There's a scan. The Burden Infestor is going to take some damage without much of a response. Coming out with some more Ultra action. Baneling's moving forward to try to take out the Marines. We've got a really nice split here from BratOK. And it's not too deep, but it might just be deep enough. We'll see if these fungal growths are going to be enough to take care of this Queens. Also coming down to try to help, and the last of the Siege Tanks has been dealt with. Some more reinforcement units coming down, though. 2 more Siege Tanks and a bunch of Marauders. That is the last for that Ultralisk, although we get a few more Ultralisks and a few more Speedlings coming through. Infestors lay down the fungal growth. Not quite enough damage to kill those Marauders, though really good against the Marines. Waits for the rest of his reinforcements, and then now pushing in. Speedlings moving down. We've got this one tank unsieged. Lots of Medivacs coming in. More reinforcements. Just constant reinforcement action here from BratOK. And the thing I'm concerned about for LoWeLy is that he doesn't have the economy to deal with this consistent reinforcing that we're seeing from BratOK here. I think BratOK might take this as he continues to push. Again, we look at that economic lead here. Minerals, it's going to allow him to just churn out these Marines without hesitation. Also come out 2 more command centers, which will be transferred into orbital commands used for muling and scanning, and potentially a future expansion as well. BratOK continuing to push. LoWeLy tries to continue to reinforce. He's got a few more Banelings. This is going to be a pretty big engagement here, as we mentioned earlier as well. There go the Speedlings and Baneling trying to wrap around. Tanks in a nice position, nice and defended though, and BratOK holds on. The attack continues, the reinforcements, you can see that mini-map just streaming across. And LoWeLy calls the GG. What a game here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this match here between BratOK and LoWeLy. Quite an entertaining TVZ. Great play there by BratOK, really suffocating his opponent and taking out those 2 expansions for LoWeLy, giving him that economic advantage and allowing for this last big push with constant reinforcements to overwhelm him and result in the GG. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the content, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. As always, keep watching and keep owning.